During Festival of the Lost, you're going to want to gather two things quite quickly and efficiently, and that's Candy and Spectral Pages. Well, today I'm going to cover two specific farming methods, one for solo players and another if you have a fire team. So both methods are really fast and you'll have thousands of candy and will max out your Spectral Pages in only minutes. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. And roughly 98% of viewers in the last 28 days aren't subscribed to This Week in Video Games, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Well, let's have a look at the two currencies you are going to want to be gathering in Festival of the Lost 2021. So first of all, candy can pretty much be gained from any activity during Festival of the Lost. You simply need to be wearing a mask, then you can play the game, and in activities you get candy to drop by killing enemies, and also at the end when you complete the activities. Well, next up, let's have a look at how to get Spectral Pages. So Spectral Pages are a new item in Destiny 2, which you're going to want to collect before going into the haunted sectors, because these can be converted into manifested pages by killing headless ones in the haunted sectors. So manifested pages can then be taken to the Book of the Forgotten in the tower, you can find it next to Eva, and can be converted into lore pages. So one of the main benefits of unlocking lore pages in the Book of the Forgotten is that loot drops are increased in haunted sectors. So the more pages you convert, the more loot you're going to get, meaning more Festival of the Lost loot like the Jurassic Green Pulse Rifle, the Braytech Werewolf and the Horror Story Auto Rifles. Well, the key to these farming methods is going to be activity completions, so I'm going to be selecting two activities that we can complete nice and quickly. So for each completion, we're going to get around 300 candy and 5 or 6 Spectral Pages per run. And the activities take somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes to complete, so you're going to be maxing out your candy and Spectral Pages in no time at all. Well, first of all, let's have a look at farming method 1, and this is Expunge Tartarus. So the first method is good for solo players, and Expunge Tartarus can be found on Europa and was an activity in Season of the Splicer. So most of the Expunge mission itself can be skipped, so essentially it's a race to the boss and then try and kill him as quickly as possible, and then simply repeat that process to get loads of candy and Spectral Pages. So when you first start, you want to race forward and then make your way through the jumping puzzle, being careful not to fall off and die or get hit by the laser barriers. So make your way to the end and jump through the portal. So when you get into the Vex network, make sure you trigger the first node, otherwise the man cannon won't be enabled and this is going to make progressing a little bit slower. So jump over the area, again being careful not to die and falling off, and then use the man cannon to get to the next area. Then jump up to the pillar to the left and then jump on the glowing square orb. You're going to want to use this to run and jump over the barrier to the next zone without having to complete it normally. So when you jumped over this part, then simply race to the end where you're going to meet the boss, melt the boss as fast as you can with a combination of heavy weapons and your super, and kill any of the Vex that get in your way. So it should be doable to complete this in under 5 minutes or nearer 3 minutes if you get into a good rhythm. You are going to be rewarded with 300 plus candy and at least 5 Spectral Pages, and you can repeat this process as many times as you need. Well, next up, let's have a look at farming method 2, and this is to do with Wrathborn hunts. So the next method is for fire teams, as you're going to need one fire team member with the Wrathborn hunt lure who doesn't do damage to the boss, and then you're going to need at least one other who can kill the Wrathborn on the hunt. So what you want to do here is load up the Wrathborn hunt with a lure for Savek, and he can be found on the Tangled Shore. So load up the Cryptolith lure with the prey mod Savek, and then add the other mods you want to add. It doesn't really matter. Once you've got your fire team, head down to the Tangled Shore and complete the first path of the Wrathborn hunt as normal, damaging the boss to get his energy down to near 0. The servitor will then go on the run and you're going to want to chase after it, so find your way to the hunt lure and then start the activity. So when you load into the activity by selecting Continue Hunt, the Guardian with the lure will want to hang back and not do any damage to the boss. So this is key, you definitely don't want to do any damage to that boss. So by not doing any damage to the boss, you get to keep the lure, allowing you to easily repeat the activity over and over again. So the Guardian with the lure can either hang back in the spawn, or watch as their Fireteam members kill the Wrathborn boss, and for the completion you're going to get 300 candy plus at least 5 spectral pages, though sometimes I was getting 6 as well. So after the Wrathborn is killed, you can repeat the second part of the encounter over and over again. You can be taken back to the Tangled Shore and find the hunt lure again and start the activity. So repeat this process again with your Fireteam member killing the boss, and you'll get another 300 plus candy and 5 or 6 spectral pages. And this process takes about 2.5 minutes to complete, so it's really efficient. So these are the 2 fastest methods in the game at the moment for farming candy and spectral pages. So it is worth noting at this point you can just play the game naturally, for example Strikes, Crucible, Gambit, public events, and you're going to get candy and pages on the completions of those activities. However, if you want to efficiently gather the currencies so you can get your hands on more at the Festival of the Lost Loot, now I'd recommend either of these 2 farming methods. So the Expunge mission takes a little bit of time to learn and master to get the runs down, but can easily be achieved solo if you don't have a Fireteam. So Wrathborn hunts on the other hand are pretty ridiculous and really efficient, and definitely the best way to farm both candy and the spectral pages. The only drawback here with this method with the Wrathborn hunts is that you need a Fireteam, but people can be easily found on LFG websites like the Bungie Companion app. Just look under Fireteam, Wrathborn hunts, and you will likely find someone there who is farming candy and pages. Well, let me know down in the comments your top farming methods for candy and spectral pages, and let me know how you're getting on in Festival of the Lost. Well, that is it for this guide for how to farm candy and spectral pages in Destiny 2. And as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.
Tells me that you fought the Headless Ones. I thought they were just a legend.
They're real, Ikora. I stared right into their big, flaming pumpkin eyes myself.
Their flaming pumpkin eyes? I thought they were headless.
I figured it was rude to ask.